Accidental Psychic. Today we're going to talk about manifesting. I love it. I love it so much. Manifesting comes from Law of Attraction, that little book, The Secret, that Oprah brought to us. Co-creating with the universe, you may have heard some people speak of. But the general idea is that we all have these wants, we all have these desires, and we all have these great ideas, and we want to know how to have them. And some of us want to know why we're not getting them. So in The Secret, we learned that we could create a vision board, and that was somehow going to bring us Lamborghinis and pools full of cash. The reality is that while we were all cutting and pasting these vision boards together, we didn't necessarily believe. Believe is the magic ingredient in manifesting. If you believe it, you will see it, as Wayne Dyer so eloquently puts. So when you have your desired want, write it down. Start with just writing down that desired want. And then back it up with, I believe I can have this because. I believe I can have this because. When you write down your want, be super specific. Don't just write down, let's say, a car. Write down what color, size, shape, make, model, year, interior, console. What is it? Get specific. It goes with the same with your career. If you want that VP job, which VP job? Because now, as we know, in a company, there's like multiple VPs. What does that VP have that you want so much? What does that job have that is going to just make your life so much better? What does that want? Really get into it, get dirty with it, get in it. Figure out that want and desire just so that you understand it and you just love it so much, that want. And then I believe I can have it because. Another great page of writing. I believe I can have the VP job because. I believe I'm going to fall in love with the man of my dreams because. I believe I can have the man of my dreams because. We all know we're going to fall in love. We all know that it'll likely happen. But why are you going to get it? Because why? What is it? Put it in there. Put that desired, belief in there. When you believe it, you will see it. Wayne Dyer. Remember that line because it's so true when it comes to manifesting. Last, I really believe in the why. Why do you want this so bad? It really makes no sense to want something if you don't have the why. If you don't know why you want it, it's pretty pointless. Don't you agree? Most of us really want something bad enough to manifest. We have a series of whys behind it. And the whys are really the driving point because that's the feelings and emotions behind the want. So for example, I want a book deal with Hay House. And why do I want it? I want it because I want to be part of this team of change agents. I want to walk amongst the Wayne Dyers and Sonia Choquettes. I want to effectively serve people and create change for them if they so desire, if they should find me and resonate with me. I want to offer solutions, opportunities, and ideas for the masses. I want to stand on a stage and speak to people and feel the change in that room. Having been an audience member at Hay House multiple times, knowing how much change I felt in that time period and how affected I was by the person standing on stage speaking to me, I would love to be the person who's able to do that for somebody else. Like, to be able to send somebody home with new and brilliant ideas just sounds like the best idea in the whole wide world. That's my why. Why I want a book deal with Hay House, so that I can speak, so that I can invent and create and be with people and see them at their best and their worst and hold their hand through it and be a part of it. I really, for me, serving people and creating change with them is just, blows me up, makes my heart sing. I love it so much. So it's a really easy want for me, and it's really easy for me to believe that I can have that because I know in my heart and soul that I am the brand. I am Hay House. I am absolutely the person that they're looking for. I know that I can have it because I bring something to the table that's young and fresh. and I bring something just really unique. I bring myself, and I bring my ideas of change with and for that. I bring my intuition, and I bring my accidental psychic attitude. I think that I would be a wonderful addition for Hay House. That's my I can have it because. So get specific with yours, write it down and see what comes up for you in those categories. When you have those things written down, it's not going away. You can put Post-its all over your house, and you can really remind yourself in a daily, like, what is it that I want so badly that I'm willing to risk it all or do it all for? And I think in manifestation, you still have to start the engine, you know, like when I decided that sitting in the audience at a Hay House, I can do it. When I decided that this is what I wanted, that finally I had found the holy grail for me and what I wanted to be when I grew up, when I saw that, I knew that I had to go home and start the engine. I knew I had to go home and figure out a way to get there. And so I started the engine. I went to a writing workshop. I learned what it was to become a Hay House author and what I needed to do. So if somebody else picks me up along the way, I won't say no, but that's ultimately the direction that I'm going in. So I started the engine. I started writing. I found an editor. I created a website. I built a platform. I'm creating an audience, and I try to co-create with all of you on a daily. So that's how I started the engine going. I also really want to be clear that I'm not focused on the fact that I don't have a book deal. I'm not focused on the fact that I need a book deal, and I'm not focused on the have to have a book deal. Nor am I worried about the hows or the whats or the whys on it. I think that Reed Tracy will just eventually call me. I think that I'm going to meet Sonia Choquette and Wayne Dyer, and they're just going to adore me, and I'm going to get a book deal as a result of all of those things. It really doesn't matter. The whys and the whats and the hows are often the fears that we get hung up in. We get hung up in the how am I going to win the lottery? Well, buy the freaking ticket. That's the start. We get so messed up in the hows, and we stop ourselves when we manifest by getting trapped in our brains, right? We just get stuck in our brains. We start thinking like, well, how is that even possible? Am I worth it? I don't even think I could really have it. So like when the book The Secret came out, the whole world had sold out of poster board and paint because everybody was at the store buying up magazines for Bridal Magazine and Money Magazine, and everybody was cutting out pictures of money and cars and pools of cash and brides and weddings and houses and all this stuff. But we didn't actually believe it. It's where we all failed. The reason that none of our vision boards came true is for us, they were not realistic. It wasn't true. We didn't believe it. We didn't actually think that the universe was going to drop a windfall of cash on our heads. We just didn't. We kept getting focused on the, I don't know how I'm going to get the $1 million, but it's on my vision board. And if it's on my vision board, The Secret says that I'm so going to get that pile of cash. But you didn't believe it. You didn't really think it was possible. And you went back into the line, I'll believe it when I see it, instead of you'll see it when you believe it. So think about the difference in that. And again, to go back to the negative is that I'm not sitting around waiting for a book deal because I need it or because I don't have it. So if you're somebody who is wanting something because you don't have it, I want a husband, I want a boyfriend, I don't have it, nobody likes me, I just want a boyfriend to fill me up. I just feel like I would be such a better person if I were married. First of all, marriage does not make you a better person. Second of all, a boyfriend won't validate you. Third of all, stop focusing on the lack of. Look at you, you're amazing, you're spectacular, you're gorgeous. You can have any man you want. It's just right now, you've got some stuff in the works and you're gonna hang out with your friends and maybe you're gonna take a trip to Italy, and like, while you're waiting for him to show up because he's late, you're gonna write down some things that you'd maybe like about him. Like, is he the kind of guy that remembers to make a date? Is he the kind of guy who's gonna call before he texts? Is he the kind of guy who drinks whiskey with dinner? Or is he the kind of guy who orders the same bottle of wine you would have chosen? Is he the kind of guy who holds your hands while you walk down the street? Is he the kind of guy who makes you feel like you can be yourself? Who's your guy? That way, if you're crystal clear about this guy, when Joe Schmo shows up and says, I'm your guy, you can say, oh, the characteristics I'm actually looking for are in a different package. And I'm so sorry, I think you're probably really great for somebody else, but you're not great for me. And you move along. You're too busy now. Anyways, you've got girlfriends and a trip to Italy to plan for. So you can manifest that way with the positive aspects. But if you're so focused on the what you don't have, your glass is so empty, no one will fill it. You're trying too hard. You're just so focused on the what you don't have that you're going to keep getting more of what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. An amazing vision of who your future husband is going to be. You have amazing friends that you can hang out with. You have this great idea for a trip to the Bahamas. You are going to focus on your career and, growing your business, whatever it is. Focus on what you can do. If you've ever noticed, it's the most successful people really don't give a crap. And it's not that they don't give a crap or that they don't care. It's that they're willing to lose it. That they know that it's likelier that they're going to get it because they're even trying to get it. But as well, they're totally okay if it doesn't happen this one way. They're not controlling of its direction. They're just like putting the idea down, hiring the people that they need to get her done, and then trusting the process. It's in the trust that the process can happen. And so if we're constantly controlling and shoving square pegs in round holes, it's just uncomfortable, it's hard, it looks gross, nobody wants to hang out with you. Try it from the other aspect of being super rad and cool about it. Like, dude, I'm gonna have this thing. It's gonna happen. I trust. Yo, bro. And then be okay if you lose it. Know that nothing is so great that you have to have it, that you can't live without it. You can live without a lot of stuff. You can live without money for the most part. Nowadays, somebody's gonna feed you. There's always some place to go for clothes. Don't worry, you're not gonna lose it. So just focus on planting the seed, watering it, watching it grow. You do have to water it. You do have to, occasionally check on it, weed it occasionally, because sometimes it grows too much. You have to weed it out, make sure that you're brand happy, make sure you know what you really want. Back to that original point. Write down what you want, what you believe in it, and why it makes you feel so good. From that point, you don't really need much more. Just stay positive and believe, and you will see it. Trust in Wayne Dyer. I mean, he's like the smartest guy around. I'll see you guys soon. Hey, leave your comments below and let's manifest together. Let's get this show on the road, okay? I would love to manifest with you. Let's talk about what you're doing, and I'll talk about all the stuff that I'm into, and let's see if we can't make human connections down below and see if somebody doesn't have something that you need and you might have something that they need, and you guys can co-create and manifest together, okay? I'll see you in the comments below. Mwah.